Good evening. Jay with Great Scott Audio Productions, reading Forbidden by Books, Book Bites. Once again, welcome. This evening we're going to be doing a little bit from Mark Henry's first book, Happy Hour of the Damned, the first Amanda Farrell novel, in honor of the newest addition to the series, really, to Amanda's story, called Beach Blanket Bloodbath, that has will be coming out on the 7th, which we're extremely excited about. I've had a chance to read it. It's a beautiful, beautiful story with lots of fun and excitement. Right now we're going to go ahead and mess around in Chapter 3, called On Binging Fun Food Facts. It is not normal to have this much difficulty finding food, Amanda, Wendy said. Shh, please, I'm concentrating. Whatever, we're both starving. It's been like a week since we've eaten. Jesus, Wendy, will you quit whining and let me drive? As it was, I had enough difficulty focusing on driving when I was hungry, let alone while listening to the pretty blonde zombie moan on incessantly from the passenger seat. Emaciated, irritated, and stuck in traffic, I was absolutely woolly. Wendy had a right to gripe, it was true. Neither of us had eaten since Saturday, the night Liselle dropped off the face of the earth. Which, if it had been Sunday evening, would have been bad enough. But it was Tuesday, and my hunger was festering like a gangrenous wound bubbling over. Even children were looking tasty, and normally they were on my off-limits list. I was frazzled for another reason, of course. Liesel had still not turned up, and the phone number I'd found in her cell was out of service. Question: what kind of person doesn't use their contacts list? There wasn't a single stored number. It might as well have been a rotary. Liesel was a complete tech-tard. I started to do some internet research on succubi, but hit a dead end after the basics, which appeared to be sex, sex, and sex. Humans are notoriously unreliable historians, so the information was suspect. It was interesting to think that Liselle may have had a male counterpart, or incubus, that she was aligned with. This seemed to be a universally known fact about the succubus, to everyone but, of course, me. Liselle never mentioned it. In fact, as far as I knew, she could have been human. We only talked about other people, never much of our own issues or history. I'm taking the next exit. Not only did driving Interstate 5 leave us few food options, I had driven too far south, outside of my comfort zone. This would make safe hunting impossible without a flip map. I can see it now on the bookcase in my office. As a rule, I must know my exits. One wrong move and you've driven down a rural road, pulled over, and munched out on some tweaker behind a shed covered in blue tarp reeking of kitty pee. Quick note: meth heads are horrible for the skin, and the aftertaste is icky. Why not just munch on a camera battery? As I scuttled into the far right lane, a hideous lump of blue metal on wheels tore past and cut me off. My vision was clouded by a plume of noxious exhaust. I swear to God, Wendy, I said, pointing at the sky blue and primer gray Datsun B210 slowing in front of us now. Can you believe this shit? I know, I totally hate that. Fucker! My voice shook, and I noticed my jaw tense to match the pressure of my alternately clenching and grinding teeth. I wasn't disturbed so much by the near collision. I'd learned to tolerate that kind of rudeness. No, I was referring to the dingy, socked foot resting on the driver's side dash. That early 80s piece of shit was the driver's couch, and the dash was his ottoman. There was no way possible for that car to be comfortable enough to warrant kicking back. It was a rolling wreck. The driver was likely enjoying a loose spring up his ass. The sock fabric was grayed and spotted with clumps of hair, dust bunnies, and food stains, like a used Swiffer pad. The collected filth told the whole unsanitary story at the end of a single wiggling foot. It conjured images of a rusty trailer court, dusty dollar store knickknacks, and fleas nesting in green shag carpet. and there you are.